Joy de Vere, say the Victor Roll. How's everybody doing today? Amazing, I hope. So today we are back with another edition of navigating new releases on a no buy budget buy. So I will be popping over here photos of what we're looking at. Maybe I should scoochy, as Angelica would say, over a little bit, so there's just a little bit more room to put items. And then we are going to go through my little list here of things that have caught my attention. And again, this is something that was originated by Kimberley Clark as anti-hauls, and I discovered her again through Abby Williamson, who also does, I think she was getting ready to do her 50th anti-haul. So she's kind of taken up the reins. Kimberly is posting again, but not that often, but I highly recommend checking out her old videos. She's great. And but I've decided to do a slightly different take as I'm trying to navigate myself through a no buy budget buy for the year, trying to lower what I buy, trying to stick to an allowance, and then if I do spend the money, it has to really be something special and part of my list. But sometimes the makeup world does not make it easy. And the case in point will be the first item that we'll talk about. It is already out. I've already done a video on it and it's already made it to my favorites, but it is very, very recent in releases. It just came out in the last week, and this is the Opaques by Suva Beauty. I'll post up a better picture, of course. I've got the black, the pink, and the yellow. I've used a little bit of the pink and the yellow as a blush today. These are really good multi-products. I actually use this in the video as a mascara. I use the yellow as an eye primer, so you can use them as lipsticks, eye primers, mascaras, eyeliners. Apparently they can go nicely in the inner waterline. I did use a little bit on the bottom in another look, but I used too big of a brush, so I'm going to need to play around with these some more, but they're awesome. I really, really like them. They're just a lot of fun, and I'm kind of glad that I broke my no buy. And another excuse to break the no buy was I had a friend that was interested in them, and I thought, well, I'll send her one too. So it's the perfect excuse to buy these. So anyways, they're awesome. I love them. So if you're looking for something that's kind of like, you can use as an eye base, like a Louise, that you can use as an eyeshadow, or just a nice, very colorful, bright multitasking product. These are really good, so I would highly recommend, and I'm kind of happy I broke my no buy with these. And then let's look at some other things that kind of are calling to me, but again, I'm trying to be good. So let's start with a couple things that are non-makeup. So over here, I will attach a photo. These are the Blend Bunny brushes. They have been out for a while, and I was really eyeing them when they released them as a set, but now they're single brushes. I hear they're $7 US a piece, and they look really good. They're cruelty-free, vegan brushes, and I love smaller eye brushes. That's what I've been buying the most of. Face brushes, you find the right softness and the right size, you're good to go, but it's always nice to get some really good blending detail and smaller brushes. So these are calling me, but at the moment I'm just not going to go and do an order for a couple brushes or maybe even the set, but I just love the fact that they have come out as singles as well. Everybody that I've seen that have been using them have really loved them. So it's definitely on my radar. So depending on what else Blend Bunny comes up with, their Surge palette is one of my favorite palettes that I bought last year. The one before that was a rainbow palette. If I remember, I'll attach a battle of the rainbow palettes, but since I already had some, I didn't need that. And their new one is more, it's an interesting take on neutrals, but it's still too neutral for me. So I'm going to see what else they release, because their formula is spectacular. So maybe then I might sneak in a couple brushes, right? So, and then next, I've been really onto nail wraps, which I now remembered I forgot to put in my quarterly favorites, because it's not really a makeup skincare thing. But anyways, these ones are ones that I have for St. Patrick's Day a few days ago, and I love them. I used to always have gel nails. I do miss my claws, but it's a lot of upkeep. They really can wreak havoc on your nail beds, and they've now finally finished healing where the ends are stopping to split off. So they're still short, but I think now they should start growing better, and I can do more justice to these beautiful nail wraps. So that's talking about nail wraps is Harry Styles, who I didn't really know too much about before, but now since he's put this brand out, I'm a little bit more familiar with him. And as you'll see, here's a picture of a few of the different ones from this set that he's put out. And then I will show you the color that is really calling me. And of course, it's green. It's beautiful. It's like kind of just this beautiful muted green. His packaging is beautiful. I've seen a few reviews and it looks like the Machine Gun Kelly nail polishes are a bit better. So I'm kind of interested in those as well. But again, I've been liking these really cheap nail wraps. They're like $2.99 US, I want to say, $3.99 Canadian. They last, depending on how rough I am with my hands, a week to 2 weeks. They're great. And then if you want to change them out really quickly, you know, they just peel off really nicely. They don't really hurt your hands. I do have a bit of a top coat on them to help them last even longer. But I just find that this is so much easy. You don't have to worry about dry time, smudging them, whatever. So I've been not buying any nail polishes, but just the packaging and this beautiful muted green color, it's just pastel-y green, is so beautiful. It makes me really want to start buying nail polish again, but no nail polish for you. And then I think that's it that I have for non-makeup products. This isn't a huge list this week. It's been, luckily for me, quiet on the new release front. So now I'm going to post, oh God, mixing up my hands here. Post over here. This is the Beauty Creations palette. Now Beauty Creations is usually a pretty affordable brand. You can get it through Amazon, I think from their website. I saw this on, was this Angelica's new releases? It may have been Angelica's. Looking at this, I really like, so I've put a couple, you'll see a couple arrows in the photos, and those are basically showing the 3 rows that I really like. So again, this is another palette that is super big. I don't think I need a palette that big. The first 2 rows are really light colors. I think I have most of those in other palettes. I mean, to be honest, I have most of these colors, but I did like the last 3 rows, and I especially loved the kind of like the 9 set of the turquoises and blues. I really like that. So if that came out as a 9 pan, I would have grabbed that one. But I really did quite like the bottom 3 rows. I'm trying not to buy big palettes. I don't use them too much. I did in the last little while start playing again with my Beauty Bay Bright Mattes, which is 42 shades, and I really like it, but that's probably the biggest palette that I have. I don't need a palette that has that many eyeshadows, but this was just really pretty, so I just kind of, and you know, technically affordable, but we're gonna be good. And it's not a brand on my approved list for my no buy budget buy. All right, next up, let's go with, okay, so this used to be Musée Beauty and now they're Kylev. So anyways, they have now, if I was gonna pick a palette theme, Art Deco, awesome. And as you can see here, it's got this beautiful Gustav Klimt cover, and the color story is really nice, but it's again pretty much a rainbow palette with a few neutrals. I really do want to try this brand, so hopefully next year when I'm off my budget buy no buy, that maybe I can give them a try and something will come out that I can't resist. But I do love packaging and they are definitely on my radar for brands that I want to try. But we're going to be good and we're going to give that one a miss. And then before I tell you the one that I think I may break down and buy during the Sephora sale, we'll check out this one. So I really like Pat McGrath lipsticks. It's one of my favorite formulas of lipsticks. I have a snub left of one of her really pale pink ones that came out with early last year. So anyways, during maybe even the year before. was one of them when the second of those rosy palettes came out. I don't have any of those big palettes, so I never remember their names. But I bought one of the lipsticks with a lip liner and a lip gloss, and I used the crap out of it, even during COVID and wearing a mask. That when she had her sale on Black Friday, I only bought one thing, one lipstick, and it was a repurchase of that lipstick because I knew I would wear it a lot. But anyways, this is part 2 to her Bridgerton collection. I was really interested in the palette from the first one and the blushes from the first one, but prices, trying not to spend so much money. Some of the ingredients, I don't use anything with carmine in them, so the shadows were a no-go, and it wasn't a very, it wasn't a color story that you could do a lot of looks at. And this new one, if you look at it here, again, hands, it doesn't look much different from the first one. So that isn't really calling me. The blushes, I don't know what the F is with that round. I don't know. Don't even want to go on about it. The body powder, it looks really pretty. It's, you know, looks like old fashioned. That's nice, but I don't need shiny body powders. If it's shiny or even matte, I don't need a body powder. So that's not it. The lipsticks, that's a whole nother story. Looking at it, I love the little packaging with the little bows, and if I was going to break down and get something, I think it would get one of those lipsticks. But since I got my favorite color pink repurchased, I think we're good, and I think I can stop myself. But they do look mighty pretty. I do love her lipsticks. And then I think this is the final thing that was on my little list. It's short, so this will be another short little video, is LYS Beauty. I love me some LYS Beauty. Their serum foundation is one of my favorite foundations. I love their bronzer. I have one of their blushes that I absolutely love. I did contemplate the new concealer, but I've heard hit and miss reviews, and I don't use a lot of concealer, so that one I did give a miss. But this one, I think they're out already. They're at Sephora. I think when the Sephora sale comes on, whoops, these are the, I think there's just 3 new colors, but 2 out of the 3 I really want. So I think that light pinky one, and of course the orangey one. The one I have is also kind of orangey coral, but I love me an orange blush, corally blush. So I might get one or both of these. I mean, it's going to be 20% off. So, and this is going to be my last year rouge 100% because I barely bought anything this year, which is good. I think I may break down and get those. They make beautiful cream blushes. I highly recommend. They're $22 Canadian, so they're probably like 18 bucks US, like cheap, and the quality is good. The packaging's adorable. Again, woman of color owned brand. I love LYS Beauty. So I think if I am going to break on another thing from this list, it's possibly going to be, oh, I'd like to have all 3, but 1 or 2 of these blushes. So that was a nice and easy. So the makeup world has taken it easy on my pocketbook this month.
So quick editing me, there were a few things, as you can see here, that I forgot to mention. We've got these beautiful Game Beauty highlighters that I was totally interested in and decided not to buy. Then we've got Cosette Beauty. I mean, look at these. So gorgeous, so up my alley, but we're being good. And of course, Charlotte Tilbury and that beautiful round highlight blush palette. I want it, but no.
So far, we still got a little bit more time, but so far it's been pretty decent. And yeah, so anyways, what new releases are you looking at? Are there any that tempting you? Are you also trying to be really good and really rationalize your purchases? I mean, really looking at, do I already have this color story? Do I own something like this? Is this formula the end all be all? Is this my holy grail type product? Is this something that I've just been so dying to try that I have to have in my life? Or is this something that you really don't need right now? You don't need to run out and buy it. You can think about it. You can get it later if it's still on your radar. We don't always need to spend our pennies. The makeup industry, I think, does pretty good. doesn't need all of our help all of the time. But anyways, that's it from me. If you'd like to give us a like, comment, and subscribe, it'd be greatly appreciated. If not, that's okay. We can still be friends. We can still go over makeup releases together. Oh, and if you're so inclined and want to know when my videos are coming, hit the little notification bell and it'll tell you when I've uploaded. All right, again, that's it from me. Have a fantastic day. Make good choices. Still wear masks when it's really in crowded places. And we will talk to you soon. Okay, bye-bye.